Good afternoon everyone. Today the video is about health. So to all the people I know that are struggling with SLE, which is systemic lupus erythematosus, keep up the good fight. I know how you feel, because I myself have been struggled in the past with SLE and now with Parkinson's. So as the thumbnail suggests from this video, from fat and sick to health, and how did I do it? Well, I'll hopefully help some people out when their own battles. Alright, so let's get started. So I've done some notes because I'm not an actor and I can't remember lines. So yeah, I'll start from this. So SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus, is an autoimmune disease where the body attacks itself. There are a couple of lupus conditions, but SLE is a real problem as it attacks your organs like your heart, your brain, your kidneys, etc. It can be fatal too, and in 2014 I myself went from 75 kilos to 59 kilos in 2 weeks. The doctors thought I had cancer and I was in and out of hospital all the time. The nurses were even going to make me a t-shirt saying Rob's Hotel on the Hill, because I was in there so many times. How do you get SLE and Parkinson's? Well, we'll start with SLE. How do you get it? There are many ways to get SLE, but my particular case was I got crop dusted twice in a couple of minutes. So what I mean by crop dusting, when they're spraying all their their plants. In this case it was mango trees. They come over the top with a light plane and spray over all the vegetation and kill weeds and kill bugs, and yeah, I copped it twice in a couple of minutes, so I was absolutely soaked. And that's possibly what caused my SLE and possibly my Parkinson's, because it's a chemical, horrible chemical. But the problem with that is it's hard to prove that caused those two conditions. Most of the doctors I've talked to have said it's a high possibility, but can't probably prove it. But a lot of farmers, end up with autoimmune diseases and Parkinson's from using chemicals. It's she'll be right, mate. They don't wear the correct PPE and masks and clothing to cover themselves properly, usually in shorts, thongs and a t-shirt. But that's farmers, they're tough, but that seems to be happening now. So pretty good chance that what caused both of my illnesses in me. So if you deal with chemicals a lot, it's shocking stuff. Please wear the correct PPE. Save yourself. No one else is going to do that for you. With autoimmune diseases, your skin is actually your biggest organ, and if anything that gets on your skin gets soaked in like a sponge, and that could be what happened. So in 2014 I started to look into things, like be my own doctor, do my own research and that sort of stuff. Not that this ain't medical advice or nothing. I started doing experiments on myself. I know that sounds bad, because the medication you're on for lupus back in the day, when I was on it was pretty brutal stuff, like chemo drugs and just steroids and everything. It's just brutal, horrible stuff. And what happens is you get onto one medication and you start getting side effects from that. So then you go back to your doctor and they put you on another tablet to counteract those symptoms from the drugs. Here we go. See, I'm already ahead of myself. Yeah, so for over a decade I studied and experimented Not that this video, I must say this video is not medical advice. It's just my own personal studies for myself. Saying that though, I've become 95% lupus symptom free. But if I do the wrong thing, it comes back with a vengeance. So of the changes I have made to my life to get my health back, a lot of people just won't do what I've done. And that's fair enough. I mean, I was just sick of, I had so many tablets to take, it was getting ridiculous. So yeah, I had to do some things. So yeah, a lot of people won't do what I've done. It's not just about your diet, it's about mental health, diet, exercise, the whole lot has to change. You have to let go of your ego as well, that's a big one, you know. And another big one is your traditions. And when I say traditions, is like maybe your family has a sit down meal, and it's a traditional thing every year that you eat this certain things. If you've got the conditions I've got, you're going to pay dearly, and you might have to let go of some of your traditions. If your family love you, they'll stick by you. And another big one is you've got to stop people pleasing. If you're not feeling too good, which happens a lot when you've got the conditions that I've got and other people have got, you got to say no to some of these events and things like that. And that's sort of where I was going to, and I've lost where I'm up to, but I'll get back there. So it's to do with mental, your diet, exercise, everything, your traditions, pressure to people please. There is no cure for this lupus and for Parkinson's, so you have to change to be better. But I can tell you now, nothing else in the world matters when your health is poor. You don't care about anything else, money, nothing matters when your health's bad. I won't go into the details of what I did to change my health, because the keyboard warriors would come out in bloody force, for sure. So I won't talk about my diet, but that did change. Exercise-wise, well, you all know I ride my bike a lot. I do strength training, I've got my own gym here. And recently been doing this guy on YouTube called I Am Longevity. Unbelievable. So I've started doing his, so have a look at his YouTube channel when you get a chance. I think I've said it in a video a couple of months ago. But why did I get so fat? Well, the way I looked at it, my way of thinking was if I put enough weight on, if I do get really sick again, I've got ample enough weight to lose and not be close to death, if you know what I mean. So I was trying to build up my fat stores so I had enough to lose, basically. But I just got sicker. That's when I started to study and do experiments on myself. But I can tell you right now, the cycling really saved my life. That's for sure. So people don't understand why I'm so passionate about cycling, but that's the reason. It's been proven that exercise is absolutely great for mental health. When you get sick like I was, your mental health declines. You just feel down all the time. So your mental health spikes up. Then you look at your diet. One thing I will say about diet is with inflammation causes a lot of problems, but omega-3, always have your omega-3 higher than your omega-6. Omega-6 is an inflammatory oil and omega-3 is an inflammatory oil. So that was one thing I changed instantly. Up my 3s, down the 6s. Yep, see, I'm getting ahead of myself again. So for studying for over a decade, I would like to think I'm on track. And if you decide to take the path I was taken at all stages, and this is the thing I did, is get your blood work done all the time to make sure you're on the right track. if you're heading in the right direction, but always consult with your healthcare professional. With lupus, it's a rheumatologist, and for Parkinson's, it's your neurologist. And please, if you deal with chemicals, always read the safety data sheet and wear the correct PPE, protective personal equipment. It's horrible stuff. So from fat to sick to health, if you do look after yourself and haven't got a sickness like I have, life will be bloody tremendous for you. Yeah. Putting your health first, because nothing else matters when you're sick. I know that for, yeah, you know, because I missed out on a lot of, events, you know, like once a year events, and family stuff. You know, I missed a lot of family stuff as well, because I got sick, and people pleasing fingers, you have to stop that. You know, you can't please everyone, but you got to look after yourself first. But backing up a bit, omega-3 and omega-6. Omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory food, as I said, and omega-6 is an inflammatory food. Inflammation causes a lot of diseases. You only need to look at, you know, medical studies to see that coming out. But that is only just the start. To save your health, you have to, and healthy longevity, you have to become a lifestyle change. Absolutely everything has to change in your life, and this is where some people fall short. I'm not doing that. I'm here for a short time, not a long time. But like I said in previous videos, like the Blue Zone, go back and have a look at that one if you want to. But as I said in there, it's at your end of life, say if you live to 70, you want those end of life years to be active, not lying in a bed in a coma or whatever, you know, like with your loved ones staring at you going and looking at the clock because they've got things to do. You want to be able to enjoy it and be with them and go on the social gatherings that, you know, you used to do. So, you know, it has to become a lifestyle change so you can do that sort of stuff. As I said before, but this is not medical advice. This is my personal things I've done to make myself better. But, you know, without your health, without it, you got nothing. Nothing else matters if you're sick. So, as always, if you would like to know more, just let us know. And thanks for watching this long, stupid video. But yeah, take care of yourself and go ride. Oh, if you're still here, thanks, and could you please subscribe? Cheers. See ya.